Proverbs 1. Let's start at verse 20. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of the concourse. In the openings of the gates, in the city, she uttereth her words, saying, How long will you simple ones love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. How long shall you hate this knowledge? Talking about this knowledge. Talking about the instructions of Yah. He just got through in verse 1 through 19 that we didn't read, talking about the ways that is knowledge. 23. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Every man to do this. Every man that turn in his reproof, that turn from his transgression, will witness his spirit being poured out upon you. Because these are going to be words that come out of your heart and out of your mouth that do not belong to you, but they belong to him. And you're going to witness that when you do that. This is what he's telling you. Because he ain't never lied. He ain't lied to me. When I turned at his reproof, he made known to me his words. Just like he said he was going to do. And everybody else that served him in spirit and truth. 24. Because I have called and you have refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But you have set in naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, because he have his way in the whirlwind. That's how he gonna render vengeance. His chariot's gonna come like a whirlwind. When your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yah. They were none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. That's just. Because we got just Elohim. He going to give you to your ways, your own ways. Going to fill you with your own devices. You want to be in the way of destruction? He's going to feed you with destruction. Whoever sold to his flesh shall reap corruption. Whosoever sold to his spirit shall reap life everlasting. That's how he deals. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their own way and shall be filled with their own devices. For the turner away of the simple shall slay them. So the simple people that's coming to you and you being deceived by these people, it's going to slay you. And the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. We always look at who prosperous in the world. We don't listen to a poor man because he's poor. He's outside. He's poor on the outside of his flesh. But we don't look into his spirit and see what's in his spirit. 33. Whoso hearken unto me shall dwell safely and be quiet from the fear of evil. So he said, listen to me, and you're going to be quiet from the fear of evil. You're going to be quiet from that. Let's go to Zephaniah. Zephaniah 2. Zephaniah 2. All these, he's talking to the slave descendants, his people. He's trying to restore his people so that we can be a light to the nations into his righteousness. He's calling to us because we're the low of the earth. You may get you a little bit of success here, but then look at your people, look at your communities, look at your ghettos. You're successful, but are your nation as a whole successful? And you might get that by I don't know what means you may get that by. But usually if you obey the commandments of Yah, you ain't gonna have success in the world. They're gonna be like, oh, why you need all these days off? Why you need the 7th-day Shabbat? Why you rest on the 7th-day Shabbat? They're gonna put that all them obstacles in your way when you try to serve him. So you won't be as successful unless you you look for something, you find something that does agree with the days that you have off. You having something to say? 792. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. So this is the nation that nobody looks after. You putting your trust in a man. You think this man, because this man got the same skin color as you, then he's going to deliver you from your distresses. But Yah said he's going to deliver us from our distresses. No man is going to save us. How many men that came trying to fight for our equal rights and justice, and they died? Tried to fight for us to get back repatriated over to our land and given reparations, and died. No man's going to save us. He wants us to trust in him. Gather yourselves together, O nation. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired, before the decree bring forth. So it's the decree set. This man ain't going to pass his word. He set that decree before the decree bring forth, before the day passes the chaff, before the fierce anger of Yahuwah come upon you, before the day of Yahuwah's anger come upon you. Seek you Yahuwah, all you meek of the earth. Seek him, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness. Seek meekness. It may be that you shall be hid in the day of Yah's anger. He's telling you how to be hid and how to have protection. Seek righteousness. Seek meekness. It may be that you shall be hid in the day of Yah's anger. For Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon a desolation. They shall drive out Ashad at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. Woe unto the inhabitants of the sea coast, to the nation of the Cherethites. The word of Yahuwah is against you, O Canaan. So he's naming all nations. The land of the Philistines. I will even destroy thee. There shall be no inhabitant. And the sea coast shall be dwellings and cottages for shepherds, and folds for flocks. And the coast shall be for the remnant of the house of Yehudah. They shall feed thereupon. In the houses of Ashkelon shall they lie down in the evening. For Yahuwah Elohim, their Elohim shall visit them, and turn away their captivity. So if you don't know you're still in captivity, you definitely been deceived. Because you still are driven into these nations waiting on Yah's deliverance. 8, verse 8. I have heard the reproach of Moab and the violence of the children of Ammon, whereby they have reproached my people, and magnified themselves against their border. As I live, saith Yahuwah of hosts, surely, Yahuwah of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah, even the breeding of nettles and salt pits, a perpetual desolation. The residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them. This shall they have for their pride, because they have reproached and magnified themselves against the people of Yahuwah of hosts. Yahuwah will be terrible unto them, for he will famish all the gods of the earth, and the men shall worship him, everyone from his place, even all the isles of the heathen. The Ethiopians also shall be slain by my sword, and he will stretch out his hand against the north, and destroy Syria, and make Nineveh a desolation, and dry like a wilderness. Let's see. And the flock shall lie down in the midst of her, and all the beasts of the nations, both the cormorant and the bittern shall lodge in the upper lintels of it. Their voice shall sing in the windows. Desolation shall be in the thresholds. For he shall uncover the cedar work. So this is when he come down to put down all nations. He's going to put down all principality and authority in the earth. This is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly, that said in her heart, I am, and there is none beside me. How will she become a desolation, a place for beasts to lie down in? Everyone that passeth by her shall hiss and wag his wag his hand. Look at that. So this is the same destruction that Babylon will receive. That's the Babylon, the mother of harlots. They're gonna be like, how did this nation come to an end in 1 hour? Same thing. This land dwells carelessly. This land says that thinks that they're the top of the food chain. You know. Let's go to Isaiah 59. Isaiah 59 real quick. And you know this man ain't playing. He's gonna come back. He's gonna come back as a lion this time. Messiah, who's gonna execute the vengeance of Yah. He's gonna be the instrument. Isaiah 59. Behold, Yahuwah's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither is his ear heavy that it cannot hear. But are we going to him? Are we trusting in man again? We're going to get ourselves cursed that way. Cursed be the man that trusts his man, make his flesh his arm, whose heart departeth away from Yahuwah. Because you allow your heart to depart from him and think that this man will save you. I don't even know if they think the man will save them. You know, why do you do it? I don't know. But you know, I'm not saying that that in like self-righteous or nothing, like I'm better than anybody, but you know, you can't trust in man or you're gonna end up cursed. That's what he said. Cursed be the man that trusts in man. Make his flesh his arm. So because you make not Yahuwah your trust. Neither is ear heavy that it cannot hear, but your iniquities have separated between you and your Elohim, and your sins have hid his face from you that he will not hear. So this is why he don't hear you, because he don't hear the prayers of sinners.
Well, it's not willingly sinning.
Yeah, willingly sinning. But your iniquities are separated. What's that passage he say? If whosoever turneth his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination.
Mm-hmm.
That's what separates you between you and your Elohim. That's why you sometimes you pray, you know, and he don't hear you, and you wonder why he don't hear you, and then you get mad, and then you don't want to serve him no more because he don't hear your prayers. Don't get mad at him. Get mad at yourself. He said your sins separated you from me. You can't get mad at nobody but yourself. And then maybe you can seek his face and turn from your sins. Then so he can hear your prayer. So he can give you what he got planned. Because I have not seen, ear not heard what he have prepared for them to wait for him. That's what it's written. Huh?
That would be a good time for some self-reflection.
Yeah, right.
If he's not answering your prayers.
It is. Definitely.
You should ask.
We all got to reflect on ourselves and keep ourselves, you know, work out our salvation with fear and trembling.